I'm gonna get my coffee. It's already made, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Bears came back last night, man. Bad news, Bears. Who's this guy? Who's this ugly motherfucker with the beard? Alright, let's see what's going on here. We're live, right? Steve, hello. What, there's no audio? Oh, yeah. Okay, pop the chat out here. Hey, it's so bitter. Hello. Okay, let's do this. Did those notifications go out? Yes, okay. They did. Okay, man. I guess we've got a slow start today. Let's go with this. Steve running. It's so bitter.
Prepare yourself.
Hello, both of you. Hippie chick, all three of you. Hello.
Prepare yourself.
Good to see you guys.
Prepare yourself.
Look at Harmony's at 182, everybody. Holy moly. It's on its way to 2 cents. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't fool yourself, it's all in your head. You're the mascot of the next century. Look in the mirrors, count insecurity. I bleed for you, my eyes burn. My point is no, cause you'll never learn. You'll never learn. I bleed for you.
Edwin!
You'll never learn. I bleed for you. You'll never learn. I bleed. I bleed.
Let's get into that video.
Training here. Fuck you, fucking Republican. Fuck you. Fuck you, Michelle Bachmann. Fuck you. Lying and dying. To read. Bullets in from your mouth. Fuck you, fucking Levi's jeans. Shot up your mouth and Johnson. Fuck you. Sick of your loathsome little dick. line and saying, "Girl, cashing your chips." You still that whining, self-loathing hypocrite.
Hey, dear Slayer.
Blame it on Rio or the woman in red. It's all for yourself. It's all your
It starts with an F. Bullshit! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, YouTube! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, all motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, Chevron! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you all! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you, Hollywood! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck y'all! Fuck off, motherfuckers! Fuck you!
Hello, Trendies. Trendy Day reporting you live from Orlando, Florida. I was just coughing, had a coughing attack. I was coughing, so I got coughed out of my intro. Trendy Day reporting you live from Orlando, Florida. Home Trendy has everything. All things Trendy. You find me and the hashtag Trendies on all forms of social media, especially at Rumble and Twitter. You guys should definitely be following me on both. And remember, I'm also Truth Your News on Twitter and Nays Garden on Twitter. Rumble's at Nays Garden. And you want free speech, you come to Rumble. You want to be controlled like a little bitch, stay on YouTube and Facebook. Maybe you like being treated like a little bitch. But when you're sick of being treated like a little bitch, move from YouTube on over to Rumble. All right? Let me know if you're having problems with Rumble, and we'll address it. Don't forget the thumbs ups on the way into Rumble. Yes. Hey, look who's here. My little co-partner here. A little co-pilot on this journey. You my little co-pilot on this journey? What's up? He's my co-pilot on this journey. What's up? That means no stop signs, no slowing down. Shit. So yeah, I got a little caffeine headache going, so that's what's going on here. I'm drinking the coffee, and I'm thinking it's going to go away. Jack Cecil, what's up, Jack Cecil? How's it going, buddy? We had somebody named NBK247 come into the Kick and find my channel, and I'm like, is this one of my old NBK guys, I wonder? So I'll wait to find out who that is. They followed the channel, but they didn't tell me who they were. I followed them back, too. Hey, little bitches, go over to Rumble. YouTube is dead. Exactly. Exactly, Billy Bong Thornton. Don't be a little YouTube, Facebook bitch. Come on over to Rumble and grumble with the bumble. All right, so I just want the headache to go away. It's like not yet a headache, but I can feel it starting, but I've got the caffeine's fighting it. And Dexter says he needs some caffeine in his brain. So my dark passenger's screaming for caffeine. Full steam ahead. Yes. I've actually got that whole script written down. Fucking close this bullshit. My fucking computer, dude. Really? Really? Notepad not responding? Really? Oh, there it goes. I was going to say, the one program that uses the least amount of shit. Back off, chicklet. My brother and I, we live life in the fast lane. That means no stop signs, no red lights, and there's no pulling over to take pictures. You see this man right here? What's up? He's my co-pilot riding shotgun on this magic carpet ride, so keep clear, kiddo, or get swept up in the landslide rubble. He's my wingman riding shotgun on this magic carpet ride. He's so fucking funny. Such tough talk. All rumble, no mumble. All rumble, no jumble. Jack Cecil. Yes. Yes. Bears came back last night and fucking wrecked my banana trees, man. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's see where this takes us. Dave Campione, Dabbies. Make sure you guys remember to leave me a thumbs up so I can tell how many people were actually watching the show, since the Rumble chat analysis is so whack. I really go by thumbs ups. Let's go with 1310 on this one. 1310. I don't feel that good, guys. It's my head's bothering me a little bit. I'm drinking coffee. I'm thinking it's going to go away, but you guys might notice Harmony's at 18 in the bottom there. Bitcoin's not doing anything right now. Well, it is just right now shooting up. Just now, over the last few minutes. But Harmony is the big story this morning, guys. Yeah, headache, but not really. It's not a headache. It's just a little pressure, but it's going away the more coffee I drink. I think it's helping. 20 seconds away from Dab City. We're just 20 seconds out from Dab City. Looks like a pretty beautiful day. A little slight breeze out of the northeast. And a lot of dabs blowing your way today, guys. A lot of dabs blowing your way. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. That was too big of a dab. What's to like? He's a fucking anti-vaxxer moron. Guy's anti-science. He's an idiot. He's pro-Israel out the ass, bro. He's cheering on the genocide. What do you mean you actually like the guy? What's to like? He's an idiot. I mean, have you listened to him? Are you pro-genocide, bro? You must be for the genocide. It just seems like to me people come off like, oh, I like so-and-so. And you're like, have you heard them? I mean, you agree that vaccines cause autism, dude? You'd like to see some laws passed around that? He's anti-Second Amendment. That I didn't even know, but fuck that guy. Well, he's pro the goddamn genocide that's going on. Oh. Well, you said you actually kind of like the guy. I'm asking you, what about him do you like? You don't know him? What is it that you like about him exactly? He's a pro-Israel scumbag. Dude, there's one thing about being pro-Israel. And then there's another thing where you're just cheering on this fucking genocide. And that's where he's at. He calls the Palestinians the most pampered people on the planet. Yeah? Has he looked at Gaza today? Oh, is that today, motherfucker? Show me pampered Palestinians, please. I watch. I read. I watch the videos, man. They're heartbreaking. That motherfucker ain't looking at shit. I guarantee you. And militant-minded, man. Okay, since you asked, and you want to hear it from me because I guess you trust my opinion, RFKjr is a piece of human scum. Okay? He's a shitbag. Okay? And if you listen to him, he doesn't make any fucking sense. Eventually he's going to say something, you're just going to be like, God, that rubs me the wrong way. I mean, he has no science to back up the shit he says, and he claims it like it's fact. Oh, and then he says, he's done all the research. He's done all the research. You got to love that. And, we need to talk about something else today. And now, I'm the first person, and I will tell you this, as soon as somebody fucks up, I don't care if I support them or not, I'm the first person to point it out. Well, guess who's on the shit list today, everybody? Dr. Susan Oliver from Australia. The one that fights RFK Jr.'s lies and fights the lies of of John Campbell and Robert Malone and all the bullshit anti-science garbage that Jimmy Dore puts out there. And she's in the trenches fucking slugging it out. But I gotta call her out on her bullshit today. She misread a poll. And she claims to be a fucking, PhD and someone who's supposedly able to interpret all facts, data, graphs, charts, all the things that come out on COVID and vaccine information. She's supposed to be able to just interpret that perfectly, and we're supposed to take her word for it because she's a scientist, and little Cindy's a dog, so we're supposed to trust her, and I have. And then this happened. Let me show you this. We'll talk about Kamala Harris in a second too, because I hate this. I hate my job right today. Telling the truth sometimes sucks. That's why a lot of people won't do it. But you know what? I'm here to take it. So, I don't know if any of you guys saw the tweet. Okay, I don't think any of you saw the tweet. That's cool. It's a reply, because they're replies, but there was a lot of replies. So here it is. Let me pull this up. Great. Dr. Susan Oliver. Now, she's someone we've watched on this show. I wanna ask you guys, do any of you know? Let me ask you a different question. Do any of you remember watching a Dr. Susan Oliver video on this show with me? Do any of you remember? Give me a 1 in the chat if you remember watching Dr. Susan Oliver and her dog Cindy, who's a dog, talking about things Australian style. Or maybe she lives in I forgot the name of it, but maybe she lives in that other country right there near Australia. So a few of you hit 1. Steve Running remembers Dr. Susan Oliver. You know, I've taken her shit very seriously, and we've watched it. We've watched her stuff on here often. We've seen a few of her shows on here because I follow her on YouTube. And I've always trusted her to give, you know, reliable information. And then she puts a poll up. Now, look, I had no idea this happened until this morning, and I saw this, and I was like, what? Because I know who this moron Steve Kirsch is. He's an idiot, and she would destroy him in a debate. But she posts, would you like to see a discussion between Steve Kirsch and me in New Zealand? See, I can do silly polls too. Drew, you don't remember her. You know, I hate John Campbell and Robert Malone. And she constantly calls out John Campbell and Robert Malone and all the other morons out there. And she always does what I really thought was a good job, something that I could trust. I mean, when you're trusting someone, you trust them because you think they're always keeping it real. And you start seeing cracks in that, and you're like, no, you're not keeping it real. So I can't trust anything you're saying because I don't know what to believe now, because you fooled me with this. What else have you been lying about? You know, I need you to be honest about everything, even when it hurts your narrative. I need you to be honest. Everybody. It goes for everybody, right? It's just how I am. So, it's Back to the Science is the name of her channel on YouTube. So, here's one involving Steve Kirsch, and she does this. Okay, here's one involving Steve Kirsch. We're going to watch this one right now.
Science. I'm Dr. Susan Oliver, and I'm a scientist, and Cindy's not here at the moment because I've got COVID and I don't want her to get it. Anyway, I would just like to thank everyone who already knew this and wished me well, and it was particularly nice to get some well wishes from those who disagree with my views. I really appreciate that. And of course, I appreciate it from the people who agree with my views as well. But anyway, for those of you who decided to attack me instead, whatever. I am doing fine, and although I am still testing positive, my symptoms, which were only mild in the first place, are gone. But this video isn't about that. It was about the New Zealand health records that were
I think she
stolen
lives in
by
New
Barry
Zealand, not
Young.
Australia.
And the crazy record level data claims being made about them by Steve Kirsch. So let's get started.
So you recognize her now?
So this is Barry Young, and this photo was taken in court after he was arrested and charged. He is now out on bail and doing interviews with every crackpot he can find. Some people are calling him a whistleblower. But to be a whistleblower, you have to have uncovered something.
Didn't I tell you guys that? So all of these idiots on Rising that call these morons that say, I saw UFO information was being concealed by the government. It's all coming out in a year. Hey, the journalists are like, there's a whistleblower. No, it's not a whistleblower. Whistleblower has actual facts that they expose. Someone making false claims ain't a whistleblower. So stop calling all these UFO morons whistleblowers, because they ain't. It's literally not the definition of the word. You're making up your own definition for whistleblower. And you know who else does that shit? Jimmy Dore. Oh, whistleblower. Oh, they blew the whistle on it. No, they didn't. You fucking idiot. I told you guys about that word.
He hasn't. He has just shared stolen data with a bunch of people who have misinterpreted it.
I watched
And
this.
just to be clear, the reason he has been charged is because it's illegal to disclose private health data to others, and there is no question that he has shared the stolen data with other people.
Okay, so Barry knows the name.
She's like convicting this motherfucker that's hardcore on her channel. She's like, yeah, he's guilty of this crime, blah, blah,
Names
blah.
of these 10,000 people.
Here's the evidence.
Yes, he does, actually.
Okay, how did Barry get the names of those 10,000 people?
Yeah,
They're in the people who died, which is in the database that Barry is an administrator of.
Okay, the private database. Have you seen those names or had access to those names, Steve?
I have access to those names, yes.
So, Steve, you're in breach of the laws of privacy in New Zealand. You have access
No, I'm not.
restricted government information.
No, because
that's what he would get arrested for if he went to New Zealand. Okay, now I see. Now I get. And I watched this, and this went right over my head. But she mentions this in the comments that we're going to get into in a few minutes. You guys, that poll. Just wait, man. You guys just wait.
So Barry's actually broken the law by giving you those names, right?
I couldn't tell you if Barry has broken the law, but as a journalist,
Okay.
there's a difference
between
Sean,
a protected source and breaking the law, Steve. So I just want to confirm, you confirmed that you've breached the Privacy Act in New Zealand. Did you inform the authorities?
Yes, that's right. Mr. Young shared the stolen private records with serial misinformation super spreader Steve Kirsch. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's have a listen to what Mr. Young has to say.
Hello.
Could you tell me what brought you to this point of such courage?
It's because I love humanity so much. Is the reason, and we are so precious, every single one of us. So, can we go again?
Just keep pressing on.
All right. So I'll start again, shall I? I just gotta get this out, masses.
Let's keep going. Just keep rolling.
Off the table too, because.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So
Okay,
my reason.
let's do it again.
My voice is all over.
It's beautiful. And if you look at me, it's going to calm you a little bit, because looking at the camera, it makes, just look at me and be with me.
All right.
Yeah, look at me and be with me.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm all right.
Yeah,
It's not
it's beautiful.
crying, it's just my voice.
It's beautiful.
Right.
Take
so
some nice breaths.
Now, I won't play you anymore because it's rather tedious.
Billy's outing me in the chat. He says Nay is an alien hired by the Pentagon to throw off the trail. His race is allergic to Earth food except grapes and coffee. They also have a digital currency agenda. That's a good one, Billy.
But many people are assuming that Barry Young was just some regular guy who happened to stumble across the vaccine information and had to share it. Well, this is something that he posted on LinkedIn.
Oh, she just bought $20 worth. You know, every time somebody buys Bitcoin, a caterpillar turns into a butterfly somewhere on the planet. It's such a beautiful thing.
Over 2 years ago in response to a post about a restaurant owner in France who was deliberately flouting the vaccine passport requirements that were in force at the time to help stop the spread of COVID. 99% who die are old or have underlying health problems. Virtually no healthy children or adults will die. You're entitled to your own opinions and beliefs, but don't force them on others. My personal choice is I'd rather go to a restaurant.
I mean, think about a butterfly. It's a caterpillar. He's crawling around. He's chowing down on some tomato leaves in a garden. Chomp, 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 chomp. Just eating away, crawling around, having fun, blending in. Fucking, they're spraying poisons over me. He's just like, that shit don't touch me, motherfucker. I just eat, chomp, 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 and then I hide all day under the leaves. You never see me. Then I come out and chomp, 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 chomp. And then one day, the caterpillar turns, it weaves a cocoon, and after a little bit of time, it busts out into a beautiful butterfly, and it flaps its wings, and it flies up in the air, and it goes, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Why?
As a free man with others with no restrictions, laugh and enjoy life. If I catch the coof and die, I would rather die a free man and not as a sad, frightened, pathetic prisoner of the state. It should be my choice, brother. If you're vaccinated, masked up and isolated, then it doesn't affect you, does it? Contrary to Barry Young's claims, a large number of unvaccinated healthy children and adults did die. But even if he was right and it was only the old and those with underlying health problems who were dying, his post is rather callous for someone who claims to care about humanity. Oh, and Mr. I Care About Humanity also has some transphobic posts as well.
She just outs the fuck out of people. But listen, I don't want to get off the trail here, so stick with me here. The only reason they're watching this entire video is because this is her literally going after the guy who she did this poll on. So it's all relevant. This is really good background for you when we talk about what we're going to talk about from Twitter.
Sharing them. Now, the data that Barry Young stole were records from a vaccine payment system that contained some details of people who had been vaccinated in New Zealand. But it doesn't contain records for everyone who has been vaccinated in New Zealand, and it doesn't even always contain complete vaccination records for those who are included in the database. And it contains no information whatsoever for those who aren't vaccinated. In other words, the data is incomplete and can't tell us anything.
There's no
But that hasn't stopped Steve Kirsch, who has taken this data and done some crazy analyses based on a flawed assumption to falsely claim that vaccines are causing deaths in the elderly. But before Steve presented his record-level data, we had to put up with weeks of his posts hinting about it, which made the unveiling of his record-level data even more underwhelming. Now, he presented the data all over the place, including a presentation in an auditorium named after him at MIT, a presentation in a small rented room in a building near the UK Parliament, and in an interview with an alleged sex offender. But I will show you some clips from his MIT presentation because that's where he provides the most details on his flawed claims.
This is my first lecture. It's called The Basics. There are 7 slides, and it's a 12-unit course. Okay, and I am Professor Kirsch. Thank you very much. This is the first slide. Now, I'm not going to go through these slides in detail, But the main thing here is that if you plot the deaths per day since injection of a vaccine.
I was never on that era island. Never on that era island. I can era.
And you look at the x-axis that's the horizontal axis, is the days after injection. What should happen in a safe vaccine that is given to a finite cohort, and then you look to see what happens, is that the line should slope downwards over time. And the more elderly the population is, the greater the downward slope. If it's a normal population, it'll slope at 0.8% per year is the downward slope, okay? But it always slopes downwards, and sometimes it can go up and down if there's something happening in the background and you're not giving the vaccine over all time evenly, okay? That's a safe vaccine. Line slopes down. It never slopes up, it always slopes down. This is the most important slide. If you get this slide, we're done. Okay? This is the laws of physics. If I drop this, it's going to fall down.
Like a flat earther,
it never falls up.
He's got all the proof.
I can drop this many, many times. It will never go up. It will always go down. It's the same thing for people dying. People die, they don't suddenly spring from the dead. Okay, that's just the way it works.
So this is basically the assumption that Steve's whole record level data argument is based on. But it is a false assumption, because although you would expect it to look like this for a routine vaccination that was given when people reached a certain age, or a vaccine that was given randomly throughout the year, it's not going to be the case for a seasonal vaccine. And the reason for this is because deaths don't occur uniformly throughout the year. They follow a seasonal trend with higher deaths in the winter months, as you can see in this figure here showing deaths by months in New Zealand in 2019. This means if a vaccine is given to the majority of people before winter, deaths will follow the seasonal trend and go up. They won't slope down like Steve is claiming. Now, obviously, seasonal vaccines reduce seasonal deaths somewhat in those who get them, but they don't eliminate them because they are only targeting specific pathogens and not all causes of seasonal illnesses. And people with compromised immune systems can't be fully protected, even with vaccines. Anyway, time for Steve's big revelation on the data.
60-year-olds fail. This is the New Zealand data over time, death rate over time. For dose 2, dose 3, and dose 4. We have less info on dose 4. For 70-year-olds, dose 2, dose 3, dose 4. For 80-year-olds, dose 2, dose 3, dose 4. For 90-year-olds, dose 2, dose 3, dose 4. For all ages, dose 2, dose 3, dose 4. The curve should be flat. Does anybody think those curves are flat?
Okay, so now we know why Steve had to come up with a convoluted story claiming the line is supposed to be flat. His record level data doesn't show any increase in deaths directly following vaccination. Whoops! Or as Steve says, fail. It's also worth mentioning that although the headline here says all ages, the deaths are primarily in the elderly, and that is what is driving the shape of the curve. Anyway, brilliant observation by Steve that the curves aren't flat. Of course, they're not supposed to be. Now, I've already mentioned seasonal variations, but there are also other variations directly related to the pandemic.
Okay, so, and this goes on because that's 12 minutes in and it goes for another 21, 22 minutes, right? So now you get an idea of who she is, right? And maybe you get an idea, maybe not. Maybe you get an idea of why I've been sharing her videos with you guys, right? So she does this poll about Steve, right? Who I can't stand, who's a fucking liar and an idiot and not a fucking scientist at all. And she says to her audience, would you like to see a discussion between Steve Kirsch and me in New Zealand? And then she says sarcastically, see, I can do silly polls too. But she does the poll, and everybody look at the poll. Would you like to see a discussion between Steve Kirsch and me in New Zealand? Your conclusion of this poll that you would draw from the question is, would you like to see a discussion? The general response would be, the overall response was, what, and then what would you go by? Wants him arrested. Well, yeah, Jack, Cecil, yes. But don't even think about that. I want you to pay attention to this poll. We're just watching PhD Dr. Susan Oliver. She was literally looking at chart data, right? And she was explaining to us why things are the way they are and why Steve Kirsch's interpretation is wrong and hers is right, and they're different from each other when the data is right there in front of your face, right? That's what I want you to pay attention to. So those of you who are here with me right now, I'm just asking you in the chat if anybody could respond. What would your conclusion be after looking at this? If you were Dr. Susan Oliver, what would your response be to your audience? They say, would you like, she says, she asks them, would you like to see a discussion between Steve Kirsch and me in New Zealand? If you were her after reading this poll, and you guys can all see the poll results because those are the final results. Looking at those results, what's your response, or what's your conclusion that you would draw, for lack of better words, based on what you're seeing here in the numbers? You see how there's numbers over there after each answer. One of the answers is actually highlighted. What conclusion can you guys draw from that? You're Dr. Susan Oliver. You say, would you like to see a discussion between this guy and me in New Zealand? You give them 4 answers. What's your response? What's your conclusion of this poll? How did it go? How'd the poll go? Can you guys hear me all right? Okay, Steve Running doesn't understand how to read a poll. You don't know how polls work, Steve? Okay, cool. It's right here in front of you. The responses are over there. The numbers are over there. One of them is highlighted. That's the end of the poll. What's your conclusion that you draw from the poll? Jess and Jack Cecil. Jack Cecil says yes. Yeah, that's the answer, right? In blue. Jess of the WWL says, obviously, they, meaning the audience, want the discussion. Now, Steve Running says, yes. Would you like to see a discussion? Yes. All right, check this out. Look, after that, it says this. Well, the votes are in, Steve Kirsch, and even with the enticement of having you fly to New Zealand so you'll be arrested, the majority of my followers don't want to see a discussion between us unless it's in ski season. So let me know if you want to book the tickets for August 24th. And she included a link to the poll right there. So if you click on that, it brings up the poll that we were just looking at. Right? Well, wouldn't that be a concern? I mean, are all of us in agreement how the poll ended up? And her response was so confusing to me. Well, the votes are in. I'm going to read it again. Well, the votes are in, Steve Kirsch. And even with the enticement of having you fly to New Zealand so you'll be arrested, the majority of my followers don't want to see a discussion between us unless it's in ski season. So let me know if you want to book the tickets. Now, let's go back to the poll one more time. Because I showed this to my 81-year-old mother, who's pretty smart. And she got the same thing out of this. Here. Oops. Oops. My bad. Wait, where'd it go? You guys can hop on Twitter and retweet that all you want. That would be great if you would do that. Here it is. The majority of my followers don't want to see a discussion between us unless it's in ski season. So, I mean, the majority of your followers would be the highest number, right? And then you could add in the ski season numbers, and you could add in the Who is Steve Kirsch, because you don't know whether the people who are just joking around hitting Who is Steve Kirsch, whether they don't know who he is or they do know who he is, would want to or not see a debate. They didn't give you a response. You can't add them in with the no's. So how many no's did you get? You got 10.5 no's. Who is Steve Kirsch doesn't get added to it. And even if it did, it would only come up 41.6. 41.6 still isn't the majority of 46, and we're going to add in only if it's ski season. So it's 57. It's 57%. 57%. 57.2%, I think. Well, it's not the point of what the debate's about, Psycho Babble. That's not the point. That it's a boring COVID debate. That's not the point. The point is, a woman who's a PhD who claims, she reads charts and graphs and data to us every time she puts up an upload on her channel and claims she knows better than everyone else she's talking about, to me, in my opinion, is misreading the outcome of this poll that she made. Now, in her response, she does say, unless, and I think she just words it weird. She says, unless it's in ski season. I don't understand how she words that, but then she says, so let me know if you want to book the tickets for August 24th. So I said, redo the poll. I said, redo the poll. Have two clear answers, yes and no. Then have your debate. Stop running. You know? I said, what do you mean add to categories that are unrelated? Your poll was simple. The item receiving the most votes by far was, how much delusion is required on your part to lie about what all of us can plainly see? I've always supported you, but this is beyond a simple error. I said the item receiving the most votes by far was yes, but the word yes didn't come out for some reason. If you misread your own poll, how are we supposed to trust your interpretations or any other charts or graphs? And then I put a link back to her poll. It even highlights the answer. Yes. So instead of trying to get them to come to New Zealand, why don't you have an online debate like you've done so many times with so many other people? You know, quit beating around the bush. You know? This is a bad look for you. I said, quit beating around the bush and have a Zoom chat debate with them like you have both done many times before. This is a bad look for you. The answers, the replies, you guys, oh my God. Right here, this is what she said. She said, you need to add the 12 to the 46 to get a majority. The 12 to 46? Dude, what does she think that it has to be like 51% or something to be a majority? Well, I mean, what's her number for majority? In my opinion, majority is the most. The larger amount is the majority. It doesn't have a percentage, you know, or a limit set. What the fuck is she talking about? 46.3%. None of, you know, she made the stupid fucking poll with the extra answers that make no sense. You know? And then she tries to act like it's a solid poll. So weird, right? But I digress. Here, watch this. You need to add the 12 to the 46. I said, what do you mean add two categories that are unrelated? Your poll was simple. So simple. All you had to do was just look at the final answer. So now it's jumping out of this thread. So here, let me do this. Fed Up and Back said coward. Logic Thought said, seems like more people voted for yes. When is this discussion happening? Yeah, it seems like more people voted yes. Are you smoking sawdust? Susan thrives on her injuries. How dare she? This is proof in itself that you are a coward, Susie. Your capture by pharma is complete. History will judge you accordingly. So you read Twitter poll data as you read other data. Only 12% represent what you claim. Liar. It's weird, right? There's the picture of the frickin'... No, she says, you need to add the 12 to the 46 to get a majority. I can see why it is so easy for Steve to fool people. Replies. Lol, where does it need to be ski season? We're skiing now in Utah. I am very jealous. So she starts talking with this guy randomly about skiing. Because, you know, it allows her to get away from the subject, which is, no, the majority. I mean, should I look up the definition of the word majority? Here, let me look it up. Majority. The number by which the votes for one party or candidate exceed those of the next in rank. A party or group receiving the greater number of votes. And in the United States, the number by which votes for one candidate in an election are more than those for all other candidates combined. Why would that be? All other candidates combined? That's bullshit. Is that what she's going by? You know, is she going by the British or the... Is she going by the British or the U.S.? What? Upgrade to premium to write longer posts and apply formatting such as bold and italics. Fuck you, Elon. There you go. I mean, when you say only during ski season, that's a yes. So, I don't know how you're going to be able to take that one away. It's a fucking red herring. Programmed to fail. She's being smug and sarcastic with her poll. I know exactly, right? Right? Like allowing herself a way out, no matter what the results were. Danielle Eden Philpotts. 11.7 million invader trash in my country right now. In your country? Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. And maybe you should go to a support group. Talk about your problems. I feel sorry for you. You should, learn what tolerance means. Feffy's so good. Remind me, yeah. That and cannabis made the pressure in my brain go away. I blocked Steve Kirsch on Twitter, everybody. I blocked him or he blocked me? Let me see. Yes, I blocked Steve Kirsch. I blocked Steve Kirsch on Twitter because he's so fucking stupid because his shit doesn't make any sense. Oh my god. That's hilarious that I did that. I told you I hated that motherfucker. I can match blue because I'm a doctor, right, Billy? We have too much confidence in people who have letters at the ends of their names. I'm telling you, man, I'm really disappointed the way she read this poll. PhD or no PhD. I think all of us read the poll better than she does. I mean, even if you go by the British definition, by the United States definition, that other one has to be added in to the yeses. The ski one, only during ski season, is a yes. That's a hard yes. It's, I still want to see you debate, and yeah, make it during ski season. It's not a no. It's, it's like, it's a fucking red herring, man. You block Twitter on Twitter. I have letters at the end of my name that stand for a number. English is stupid. Majority. The number by which the votes for one party or candidate exceed those of the next in rank. A party or group receiving the greater number of votes. And you know what else would be a good stipulation? Hey, when you made the poll, you didn't say it's based on United States majority rules, not the percentage that receives the most votes. But she didn't. So I say redo the poll, 2 answers, yes or no. I should make that as a response. Let's see if anybody sees it. That'd be funny as shit. I'll make it super simple and easy. This is a great idea. Here. Dr. Susan Oliver. Fuck TikTok. They banned Lee Camp. I missed it. Where's all the Dr. Susan Oliver shit? Replies. Okay, here we go. Okay, would you like to see discussion? Redo the poll. Have 2 clear answers. Okay, so. Copy. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Now I could do it from here or from her response, which is the response is in. Let me see which one's got more activity. The original poll has 19,200 views. The votes are in has 8,000 views. 8,000 views. So let's go back to the poll because it's got way more views. And let's post from under there. So we'll go to the poll. Okay, who would you like to see discussion between? Okay, now I'm going to do a reply. And I'm going to make a poll. And I'm going to ask my question, paste, which is her question. And I'm going to, where it says silly, I'm going to type the word serious. And you guys can't see me doing this because it's only bringing up this other page. So it's, oh wait, no, you can see me doing this. You'll be able to see this here. Cool. Would you like to see discussion between Steve Kirsch and me in New Zealand? So we'll go like this. Delete. And where it says and me, we're going to put, and is it going to be Dr. Susan Oliver or is it back to the science? It's Dr. Susan Oliver. Dr. Susan Oliver. There she is. Okay. And instead of in New Zealand, online. Would you like to see a discussion between Steve Kirsch, and we could even get rid of the Steve Kirsch, and online? See, I can do serious polls too. Choice 1, yes. Choice 2, no. That's all. Poll length, 7 days. Would you like to see a discussion between Steve Kirsch and Dr. Susan Oliver online? See, I can do serious polls too. Hashtag fixed. Fuck yeah, bro. Reply. Check it out. There it is. So, those of you who would like to participate in this poll on Twitter right now can go do so. I'm going to give you a link in the chat. Go be the first person to leave it a vote. Vote from as many accounts as you want and share it around. I'll go ahead and I'll retweet it. Let's do a quote tweet. And we'll do, please go vote. Please go vote. Post it. And we'll see if we can, you're voting? Billy Bong Thornton is voting. Thank you, bro. And we'll see, we'll see if, oh, it's already got 3 retweets. What? You guys are kicking ass. All right. Thank you, guys. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You guys are great. Yes. Yeah, 4 retweets, 2 likes. Don't forget to go back and like it. Leave a comment. Retweet it at Dr. Susan Oliver, at Steve Kirsch. It's 100% yes right now. That's awesome. And it should be 100% yes. And dude, this should be shared around. Let's go. I'm going to share this inside the other post that she made, which was the response. So I'm going to go to her response. Would you like to see discussion? Which was, well, the votes are in. So we're going to click here and we're going to post this. Paste. Go vote in the real vote today. That's funny. I wonder wonder how that comes up. Go vote in the real vote today. Just brings up a status. Oh, people are voting no. Billy! Billy, why you gotta do that? Billy Valentine. Dude, everybody should vote yes. You have to create a Twitter account? Okay, it's a Twitter. Somebody voted. It's probably Dr. Susan Oliver voted no. But there's 5 retweets already, guys. Drew said yes, yes, yes. I voted. Says Honey Dipper Dan. Hilarious. 66% say yes, though. I mean, I don't care if it wins by 1 vote. It's gonna be yes, it's yes. But right now it's yes. So we're winning. Let's see if anybody, it's only got 8 views, man. Let's see how many people can see that on Twitter. Let's see how many views it gets. This is probably going to be one of my biggest tweets of all time. A silly poll that has nothing to do with me. Yup. So we covered that. Now we could talk about Kamala Harris for a second. I can't stand her, right? I can't stand her. So this guy says we're going to lose our freedom to be. And he's trying, David Michael. He's trying to make it sound like she's not making any sense here, right? Listen.
Every election cycle we talk about this is the most election.
Mom, that sub roll is still in the fridge. You can use that for me if you want. That sub roll? Yeah. Yeah, if you can find it in there. It's in there. All right.
Of our lifetime.
Okay, so once again, listen to what Kamala Harris says here.
Every election cycle we talk about this is the most election of our lifetime. Lawrence, this one is. We are literally talking about
She's drunk.
People who are attempting to divide our country in the most crude, frankly, and profound way. We are talking about those who are
intent and purpose. Oh, Drew. You got to watch your language, bro. For a couple reasons. Number 1, she ain't black, bro. Number 2, that's just so disrespectful that you use that word in that. I'd like an apology. And I hope that you never say that again about anybody. I don't even care if you're talking about Candace Owens or, just the worst of the worst. Oh. Yeah, well, I don't want to see that shit in my chat anymore. That gives you an excuse to use that kind of language? You think that because your grandpa said that and you want to tell me about it, that gives you the right to say that shit in my chat? I'm sure you used to use the N-word a lot too. You can start typing that in my fucking chat too? I don't care what your fucking dumbass grandfather used to say. I'm glad he's fucking dead. Fuck that racist cunt. The last thing you need to do is come on my goddamn podcast and repeat his fucking garbage and then act like it's okay because you're just telling me what somebody else said. Who fucking cares? Let me know if that's not making sense to you. Because I want to get to the end of this. It's just a couple more seconds. It's fucking 20 more seconds. But I can't have someone like you coming in here talking like that without... You know, where the fuck's my apology at? You're fucking done, dude. Fuck you. You're fucking done. Fuck off. Not in your fucking worst fucking, your fucking wettest of dreams. You fucking stupid cunt, fucking bitch, motherfucker. Don't ever fucking let my mom's name fall across your mouth ever again. You fucking dirty piece of shit. Stay the fuck out of my live stream. You come on over to fucking YouTube and talk some shit too over there, motherfucker. I'll block you over there just as quick. Anyway, let me just get to the end of this really fast now, guys. Really fast.
Purposeful. To attack.
How many ones can I get in the chat just to see how many people are still here? If you're still watching the show, give me a 1 in the chat right now.
Attack fundamental freedoms, be it the freedom to make a decision about your own body, the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride, the freedom to be free from fear of violence and hate, the freedom to just be, the freedom to just be. You know, every election cycle we talk about this.
Says the free. She's drunk and she's talking smack, but did that make sense to all you guys? I'm gonna summarize it for you. She says, I know every election, it's always, oh, this is the most important election of our lifetimes. I understand that, but this one really is, and this is why. Because your very freedoms are being taken away from you. Even your very freedom of just being. Just being. You guys all understood what she said, right? I mean, let's play it again, and let me just see if you guys all understood that.
Most election of our
lifetime. Let me know if you understand what the vice president is saying.
This one is. We are literally talking about people who are attempting to divide our country in the most crude, frankly, and profound way. We are talking about those who are intent and purposeful to attack fundamental freedoms, be it the freedom to make a decision about your own body, the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride, the freedom to be free from fear of violence and hate, the freedom to just be, the freedom to just be. You know, every election cycle
makes complete and perfect sense to me. For once in her fucking pathetic career, she finally says something that makes sense, and some of these idiots on Twitter are trying to make fun of that. Yeah, she's drunk. She makes some...
We talk about this is the most election of our lifetime.
This is the most election of our lifetime. She meant to say the most important, but she didn't because she's been drinking. So it's okay. You're allowed to drink a little bit. You're allowed to be a little tipsy and shit and go on the news. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you missed a word. It's okay. Everything else she said made perfect sense. And as much as I cannot stand that woman, I can't fucking stand her. When you sit there on Twitter and you try to call her out while she's making sense, it makes you look like a fucking moron. Okay? You guys, thank you so much for watching the show today. Hope you guys had fun. I had fun. Let's check the price of Harmony real quick here. $18.46. What more do you want? We're almost there to 2 cents. you think she's a wino? Yeah, she's a dude. Ugh, don't get me fucking started. I don't even want to talk about it. You guys take care. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. I only got 1, 2, 3, 4 ones in the chat, so we're done. Thanks again, guys. Bye, y'all. Oh, and for those of you who missed last night's show, you might want to go back and watch. And if you missed this show, you might want to go back and watch this show too, because this show is pretty good, especially the last 15 minutes or so. It's pretty good. I think you should all go watch it. Cyber got his computer, and it doesn't work. So we're trying to figure that out too. So there's a lot of shit going on. Keep tuning in to Rumble, and stay up to date on what's going on. Thanks, guys.